Well, I like Dredd a lot. He's one of my favorites.
Have you read anything of his books?
Yeah, like 2000 AD. I used to read that magazine. I think that was back in the day, like the late 90s. I was probably reading it the most, I think. Or maybe it was my time at Schindler's. I don't remember. But I like to take a break from the Marvel stuff. How about you? You've read any of the comics?
No. Never got into it. Even though I'm like using one of the freebie issues as a reference right now.
Yeah, I mean they're good. I think they're very enjoyable. You know, they're just fun. Yeah, it's not a very serious comic book. Can't say I remember his costume exactly. I know he's got some like elbow pads and stuff.
Yeah, like one of them is the eagle. The one on the right is an eagle. They also have a model kit too of his.
So you appreciate the design.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, I like Brian Boland, and then there's Carlos Esguerra. Hopefully, I'm remembering his name right. And I think he passed away not too long ago. Carlos. I remember the Judge Dredd pinball game, and it was gosh, I know they did one based on the movie, but I felt like they might have did one that was based more on the comics too, where it had more of that cartoony artwork. I don't know. I haven't seen the Stallone movie in a long time. I bet I'd probably like it if I saw it again.
Yeah, it has some like memorable stuff from it, but it's about it. I played the Super Nintendo game recently for it.
That's cool. I don't remember it very well. Man, I'm just flipping through reference mostly here. Like, what's going on with this boot? You ever read any of the Batman Judge Dredd crossover books?
I have them. I've never.
They are so awesome. They're so cool. The artwork is incredible. I think there was one that Bisley was
yeah, like Simon.
Yeah, there was
Simon
one that was
Bisley
Bisley. Then there's a Glenn Fabry one as well. Jeez, I'm spending most of this time just flipping through reference here.
I'm trying to avoid using the online reference and just using what I've got in front of me, but I don't think that's going to happen.
His boot is throwing me for a loop.
That huge ass boot.
Doesn't seem to look the same in any two pictures I find. Just about to turn into like one of Cable's guns type situations.
No,
You just make it up.
It's got that massive knee pad.
Yeah, I got the pad in.
Oh, duh, there we go.
Yeah, I like the character a lot. He's one of my favorites.
He never took his helmet off in the.
That's right. He never took it off. Yeah, he never took it off.
Like that's like the one no-no that the Stallone movie did.
Yeah. Oh no, I can't even see what else I'm trying to draw his foot. Okay, just gotta work out one of his shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's hardcore as hell, man.
Yeah.
If you break the law, he ain't playing. There's no way you're getting away with it. He's not going to cut you any slack. Like, you're pretty well screwed. He takes it serious.
You going right into inking again?
Yeah. What up, Lord Bead?
What's up?
Hey,
B.
man.
Oh, dang it. I can't spell for crap.
Oh, that's Matt. How you doing, man?
Not too bad. How are you?
Pretty good.
I don't feel so bad. You guys are already way ahead of the game. Such silence.
Yeah. So it's the name of the game, man. What do you have to bring to the table today?
Just a really, really exaggerated cartoon version of the Judge.
Like a Saturday morning cartoon?
Probably. I tried drawing them legit, just like a quick sketch, and it just wasn't. I'm too badly out of practice on that stuff. So silly it is.
Do you ever read any Judge Dredd books?
A long time ago, I used to work at a comic shop, and I'd read all the indie stuff like Tank Girl and Judge Dredd and Hellboy and things like that. In between having to answer stupid ass questions about Magic the Gathering. It was new back then, so I got to hate it.
Do you know your stuff
No,
pretty well?
no, I just look it up. But it's like anything. You hear the tales of comic book stores workers and the nerdy guy coming up and telling you everything about this one thing he's interested in.
And you're like, I don't care.
Yeah, hours later, you're just stuck there.
You know who are the worst people that do that?
Anime people.
Them, and people that really love the Legion of Superheroes.
Who really loves the Legion of Superheroes in here?
Not me.
Oh, I just thought that was a dig. Like you're digging on Dan.
No.
I like them. At least I used to. I haven't read any of the Bendis stuff, but I like the concept of it. The Superman tie-in stuff.
Bendis. So I watched your guys' Inspector Gadget.
What'd you think?
That was good. You guys did a good job. I kept wanting. I had it all. If I was going to be able to make it, I was going to draw Penny. I wasn't even sure I was going to make it tonight. I'm dragging on my work here.
I forgot what I was going to say about that. I get so into my drawing, I lose track. Oh yeah, I looked up to see if there was a connection between Peter Sellers and Inspector Gadget. And
once again, you were wrong.
I was right. Remember, I was like, they changed the mustache. And I said they didn't want to get in trouble. I was right about that. Score 1 for me.
Damn it.
Well, but you guys ever watch Get Smart?
Yes.
That's what the other half of that was. I mean, it's the same actor that did Bat Gadget's voice.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same exact concept, except Gadget's a lot more exaggerated because he had the robot parts. But I mean, Maxwell Smart, he'd lift his shoe up and flip to a phone, and
that's right.
I don't know about the Peter Sellers stuff, but I do know that it was Get Smart. Just took my reference for Judge Dredd off of, I think it's a toy or some sort of really highly posable statue. I was like, I kind of want this. I'm not even that big of a Judge Dredd fan.
Oh yeah, that's a toy.
That's pretty dang cool.
Yeah.
Even if you can get the pouty, angry face.
I just seen my model kit, like, because I've never put it together or done anything with it, but I came across it the other night and I was like, oh yeah, I should probably pull this out. And it's still in the bottom of the box that I looked at it.
Oh,
So it's yeah. Like, part of me wants to put it together, but at the same time, like the collector in me, this is like, no, don't put it together. It's valuable.
don't give in to the collector. That's the dark side. Choose your instincts.
Like his base is his badge.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I want to cast it so I can make like badges of my own. But I probably never will.
You should. Then you could sell them at the con. Oh
Yep.
wait, is there ever going to be another con? They canceled the state fair. Did you guys see that?
I did. Way to go, Dan.
Why is it Dan?
Dan's fault.
Yeah. Did you vote for Walls?
I don't think I voted. I don't remember. No, I don't think I voted. When did he get voted in?
I have no idea.
I haven't been to the state fair in years. Like 10 years or more.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't like crowds, so. What a funky looking dude. No Tommy today, huh?
No, he's not going to make it.
What?
Yep. So you're our entertainment.
Oh, you guys are desperate then.
Unless you can get your friend in here.
I don't have any friends.
Oh, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a couple days. I don't know what he's doing.
Only one way to find out. Get him in here.
Pat, get in here. Come in and ridicule us.
Oh.
So what else is shaking?
Not a whole lot. Any plans this weekend?
Draw. You guys ever remember that show, The Secret City on PBS?
No.
You know who Commander Mark is?
No.
I'm showing how old I am. There was this cartooning and drawing show on PBS in the 1980s.
Okay.
And I think he a different incarnation he did later on was called Imagination Station.
Okay, I've heard of that.
Yeah, but in the in my era, it was the Secret City, and so Commander Mark would show up, and he was like, it's kind of like he was on a space station or something, and he'd show up in this red jumpsuit or gray jumpsuit, depending on the day. I think Fridays was the gray jumpsuit or the red one. I'm sorry, and then he would teach kids how to draw, like the kids were the viewers. He'd go over different drawing techniques and foreshortening and it was kind of like the Pee-wee's Playhouse kind of thing. Today's lesson we're learning foreshortening. Can you say it? But it was all drawing in 3D kind of stuff. So that's where I kind of got my early education in cartooning from
That's
that
pretty
guy.
cool.
And every day he would take his lesson of the day and he would say, okay, we're going to incorporate it into our giant mural. And every season, I guess they didn't really do things in seasons back then, but for the sake of argument, he would start a new mural. And then every day he would sit in front of it at the end of the show and add to this thing. And pretty soon it was just this colossal monolith. It was a pretty good show. I'm friends with him on Instagram.
Did he follow you back?
I don't know, but it was kind of interesting. I did some work in the early 2000s for this GI Studios. It wasn't like GI Joe, but they had their stable of artists, and I guess I was labeled among them. And so they had on the website they had likes long walks on the beach, like influences are, and I'd listed Commander Mark because why not?
Yeah.
And his assistant found me, and so then Commander Mark got a hold of me, and it was just like, hey, we want to promote you. It was just like awestruck. How did you find me?
Yeah, that's like I had never heard of that before.
Yeah, I think there's stuff
nowadays,
on YouTube.
back then, it's probably one of the few resources to learn how to, make art on television. Nowadays there's, YouTube and everything, and there's so many resources to learn art.
When I was teaching art at the Art Academy, that was like one of the things I would try and stress to my students. I'd be like, you guys have it easy. You could come in here and you're here to learn comic art. When I was your age, I had Secret City, but I didn't have a specific class to teach me how to do comic art. So you guys are, ungrateful little shits, but I mean, it was just like this is an opportunity that your generation is gifted essentially, and don't waste it. We fought for this.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, there wasn't the internet. You couldn't just, like, if you need reference for something,
go to the library.
Good luck. Yeah, it's like now it's just so much easier.
But from my experience in teaching, I can tell you these younger kids don't, good majority of them, there's some, but a good majority of them don't appreciate it because there's no investment in it. They don't care. I think I did his belt way too oversized, but I'm gonna go with it because Why not? Why can't Judge Dredd have a giant belt buckle? Maybe he's from Texas.
He's been drawn by so many different artists. I'm sure somebody drew him with the big belt buckle at some point.
I'm drawn with a big ass belt buckle. I don't give a shit.
Simon Bisley, I think, did a huge belt buckle on him.
Well, on top of the belt buckle, he's got the giant chain running from his neck.
Yeah. BDSM chain.
I say, why not?
Do you? What brand of cameras do you guys have showing down the ear?
Mine's a Logitech.
Okay. Is that fairly inexpensive?
Oh yeah, I picked mine up at like Office Max for $30.
Okay.
Yeah, mine's like Panasonic.
Okay.
Mine was a little more expensive, but
Well,
I think there's probably better ones out there than mine.
we ordered one off of Amazon and we picked one of the ones they recommend, but I'm seeing that I got wavy lines.
I think that's because you have the light behind. You know how, if you were to like record
it's doing it still.
weird.
I was looking up online. It has something to do with like regions. Like they said, if you have an American one, so I'm wondering if this is like a foreign job that I ended up with. Something to do with the gigahertz and or something. I don't know.
Huh.
So when I was setting it up for the first Inspector Gadget one that didn't happen, I was trying to read up on how to make that go away. So I apologize as I look like the goober in here.
Oh, it's all good.
It's ruining the stream.
Just don't do it again.
You won't be invited back if you keep this up.
You got that right. We run a tight ship around here, dude.
Oh, Lordy, he's huge.
So they're releasing the Snyder Cut, huh?
Is that good?
Jeremy, you know anything about that?
Nope.
Why not?
I always go to you as the expert on like pop culture stuff.
He's too busy running a tight ship. He can't pay attention.
Yeah.
All you know is just that 4 years of bitching, everybody got their way.
Yeah.
Because of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Was that why?
My
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
It worked.
I was one of the people like, you guys are crazy. Don't even waste your time trying to get that movie made. Who cares? It's not even going to be that good. And now I'm like, oh, I want to see it.
Well, it's just funny that everybody's been like
Since you made it
criticizing
happen,
over the years, or just criticizing Zack Snyder, and then it's like, oh, hey, let's go ahead and demand that we want his version of the movie, because why not?
Did he ever come out and say like, "Hey, I had a version of the movie, but they screwed it up"? Or
He did a good chunk of the movie, and then I think the studio was just like, yeah, let's just get Joss Whedon in here to Avengers it up, because we can't have another Batman v Superman again.
but Martha. I wasn't overly impressed or upset with the Justice League movie. I really kind of could care less. Though to tell you the truth, I'm getting that way about superhero movies in general. I think it's time to retire and start making like comedies again or something. Dominate the box office with another Spies Like Us or
That's a
Great
classic.
Outdoors. Yeah, I notice they don't make movies like that anymore.
Those are both Dan Aykroyd movies.
Yep.
I think this gun's going to need some whiteout to help it. I don't like having to use whiteout, but that's how it goes. It's fairly sloppy for me, I'd say, right now, compared to last week.
You're used to it.
Yeah. But yeah, since they're doing the Snyder Cut, I'll see it. I don't want to pay any money, though.
No, it's gonna be on like HBO though.
Yeah.
One thing about Zack Snyder is his movies are always visually cool, you know.
Yes. Still a big fan of his Dawn of the Dead that he did.
Yeah, I
like
saw that in
one.
theaters back in the day. It's awesome. That's what kicked it off. Then he did 300 after that. He was on a roll.
I actually like Man of Steel.
I do too. I know Tom likes it too.
Does he, or are you just saying that? Yeah, he secretly hates it. So, Jeremy, you put up a post about Whitney Houston earlier today.
Yep.
Was that a joke? Maybe I didn't get it.
Yeah,
one guy.
It's from a movie.
Oh, was it?
Yep.
Okay. Like, oh, I never would have pegged you for a fan.
Yeah, no. It's funny because like the first person that liked that comment is actually a fan of the movie, and I was like, oh yeah, it makes sense that he would be the first person to like that.
What was it, The Bodyguard or something?
No,
I can't even think of another Whitney Houston movie.
oh, it has nothing to do with Whitney Houston being in a movie.
It was a
No.
line from another movie.
Yes.
Must not have been one I've seen because I did not recognize that. I just was like, huh, interesting. And then all of a sudden this guy's like says something about, it being a joke. And I'm like, oh,
You've probably seen the movie.
have I?
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure you've probably seen it.
I can't think of it then.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you.
Well, now I gotta know.
Well, I'll tell you off here. I'm not gonna ruin it for everybody else because it's one of those movies you really don't want to tell anybody because you kind of want to keep it a fun movie.
Oh, so apparently they're re-releasing Scott Pilgrim versus the World into theaters again.
Are they really?
Uh-huh. Let's make a new one.
Great. I love that movie. I got it on my pile here, ready to watch here soon.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was one of those ones where we just like when it came out on, well, we saw it in the theater like twice, and then we just when it went on like DVD or Blu-ray or DVD, we just watched it probably 8 times in a matter of like a month.
Oh yeah, it's a great movie.
Scott Pilgrim.
I only saw it the once. I remember it had a lot of Nintendo references too. It had the like Mario music and stuff like that.
It had the
Chris
it had the-
Evans and Brandon Routh. Like every comic book superhero is showed up in that one. Did you guys read the comic before the
No,
movie came out?
I never did. Merely a poser.
I can't find my big old brush. Oh well. Wait, I need it. One of those. I think it's a Pentel pocket brush.
There you go, Matt. Your picture quality's better now.
What did you do?
I don't know. I just picked on, looked at it and looked pretty.
Still got them wavy lines. That's
I mean, they're there, but they're not as bad as they were before.
yeah. Just tweaked it, huh?
Yeah. So with comic stores open this week, did you guys go out and buy anything?
Probably not yet. I might go tomorrow because I live I live in Egan, so Mind's Eye is pretty close. So I'm gonna swing in there and see the owner. He used to work at where Becky works back in the day, and he used to like spy on her when she would sit and draw during her like lunch break or whatever. He's a big comic nerd.
Yep. Eric.
So, Eric, yep. And he'd see her doing it, and he'd just like stare. And she remembers it. That was when she first started there, so she thought it was a little odd. This weirdo staring at me. Did you guys go anywhere?
I went to Comic College on Wednesday. I didn't buy anything new. I bought a back issue, a trade, one of those modern, what are they called? Modern Masterworks.
Oh yeah,
Modern Masters. This one right here, the Mike Waringo.
Oh nice.
Got that, and I got a new box. Finally bought a copy of Venom #1.
Venom, the red one with the shiny.
Yeah, with the chrome cover.
Oh, I just dug those out the other day. I somehow had 2 of them.
What?
Well, I bought them back, and that's back when I was in high school.
Are they both the red cover?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why, is there a better one?
There's a few different variants. There's like a black cover. There's some of like if they're not red, they're more rare and they're worth money.
Okay, I walked away for a moment. Sorry about that. Had to have my right brush.
That's one of those. I was telling Becky because it's actually sitting like 5 feet from me in my box of Spider-Man books, and I pulled that one out when we were sitting and talking, and I had to stop for a second. I'm like, this is a memory inducing thing. Just just the shiny and everything like that. I remember where I was when I brought it home and sat and read it. I remember what was on the radio. I remember, because I actually cared back then. That one, Spider-Man 2099, that was new. That's one thing I should have waiting for me at Mind's Eye is before all this took place, like a few weeks before it went down and we got locked away for good. I had him order me a Spider-Man 2099 poster, the one that Pat drew.
Sweet.
And then, of course, this happened, and I haven't been able to go get it. So, hopefully that's in. Is that someone's clock?
It might be mine.
Oh, it's
Can
not
you hear
bothering
that?
me. Yeah. It's not bothering me. I just was like kind of stunned. I'm hearing a clock. What was bothering me, Tom, was that whatever that video game thing was that was going on in his.
Oh yeah, it's like his wife's thing to learn English.
Yeah. Because you guys would go through this, points where no one was talking, and all you hear is this. And all I could think of is like, no offense, Dan, but I thought it was like one of your kids was in the room playing his, something on an iPhone, or I'm like, what is that noise? And then Tom mentioned it like partway through. Yeah, Lana's learning English. I'm like, oh, I guess I can't be mad at that.
Sure you can.
You ruined everything.
I have not used this pocket brush in a while. It's fun. Really get big, thick. I don't know. What kind of tools you guys use? Do you guys use this one?
No, what is that?
Oh, wow. I just smudged too. That sucks. It's the Pentel pocket brush. Made in Japan.
Are they cheap?
Relatively.
I have used it.
Oh, that looks nice.
One thing I've been playing with, I usually just use it to fill in my blacks, though, is this Sharpie Brush Pen. It's nothing special, but I thought I'd give it a shot.
I've
It is
spent
cheap.
a lot of money experimenting over the years, you know.
The Pentel one's the best.
I mean, I like the Tombow brushes, but none of them get as thick as this one. I think maybe there is one that gets thick, but I don't have that one. If there is.
I like these zebra brush, but I've been too cheap to just go online and look for more of them.
It looks like Copic almost. But
Yeah, it kind of does. All it says is zebra, and it's everything else is in Japanese.
So it must be good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like my Kuretake Fuji Go Kochi. It's the one that I'm not a brush inker, so I tend to just get these to experiment with, to try and be a brush inker. But I suck. I don't have the.
You ever use the Pentel, whatever this one is, the brush pen?
No.
Oh.
That's
A lot of people were like raving about these a couple of years ago, and I did it. And I hate it.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Is that the one they use for like gray tones, gray wash? Like
You could throw some gray ink in there if you want to, or really water it down, because you can take stuff out and put your own ink in there.
Yeah, I tend to fake my brush strokes with using pens. I'll make them look like brush strokes, but
the tool I can't.
Hmm?
The tool I can't use is a Crow Quill pen.
I can't use them either.
nope.
I've got
Never
a Copic,
wants to flow.
I've got a Copic one. I can't seem to get the ink out of it, like to use it. I had Tom look at it one time, and I don't think he was able to get it either.
Yeah, that's the thing about like. I wanted to learn how to use Quill. I looked up everything I could, all the videos on YouTube I could find, and it's almost like magic. Some people just use it, and I just can't. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know how they pull it off. I don't know the technique. Even watching it and repeating it doesn't help. So, oh well. One of these years.
It'll just one day click.
Like it just doesn't flow long enough. If I even get it flowing, it's only for like a few lines.
So this Judge Dredd action figure I'm looking at, is it it's like a doll, like, because all the seams, there's no seams in his where his elbow joints and stuff are. There's none of that.
Yeah, I don't know where that one's from. I've seen that one before, but I don't know anything more about it.
You're supposed to know.
I know.
You had all this knowledge about He-Man. You dropped the ball on Judge Dredd.
Sorry.
I think he's fun to draw.
Who, He-Man or Judge Dredd?
Dredd.
Oh yeah.
He-Man as well. All He-Man is fun to draw. Like I said, we could do Motu every week.
All right, we're doing it. We're doing it again next week then.
Sweet.
Just kidding.
Oh.
Sorry.
So how do you guys usually choose these? You just take a bunch of ideas and throw them in a hat, or?
No, I don't know. I just kind of like make stuff up every week and basically whatever I'm in the mood for, like a Monday night. I'm just like, all right, that's a good idea. I'm always open to suggestions, though.
I gave you some the other week,
I don't remember.
like the old school, like Wildcats and
Oh yeah.
was it Stormwatch? I only said that because, like, have you guys been following the Jim Lee, whatever that art challenge thing he's doing?
Yeah, the charity thing.
Yeah, he did this great Wildcats. You know, the guy hasn't drawn Wildcats in like 25 years or something. And then he puts out this, there was Grifter and Zealot, which is, you know, kind of low hanging fruit for him, but it was like, it just filled me with so much nostalgia from when that stuff was new. All I wanted, I don't care about his Batman stuff. I don't care about any of that. I just wanted to see more of those Wildcats.
Yeah, do you remember that they were fixing for a comeback written by Grant Morrison, and Jim Lee was going to draw it? They only
was
made
he?
one issue. They only made one issue, and I don't
Was it
remember
like a
why.
year ago?
No, this is like 15 years ago.
Yeah, like in 2006.
Yeah, that sounds right. Something like that.
I know they did one. They were going to do one that was like woke Wildcats.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think that's the Alice.
Yeah, and that was supposed to come out like a year ago, and then nobody was interested. Like, there was nobody. Grifter was the only one that was recognizable.
You know, I love all the Travis Charvet. Charret? How do you say it?
I always say
You know what I'm talking
terrorist,
about.
but yeah.
Or however it was. Man, I really screwed this thing up. I'm smudging shit all over the place. Right now it looks like a Freddie Williams drawing. The way he does blacks. I like to feather mine a little bit. But I spent more time like looking for tools, reference.
Yeah.
Where's my whiteout pen?
Still haven't gotten used to using this Uniball Signo whiteout pen here. Wow. All right, I got some complaints about the Pentel Pocket Brush. The ink's not drying quick enough. Look at I smeared it here. Right here.
It all comes out in Photoshop.
So I love the Dredd movie with
The Carl Urban one?
Yeah.
That's a
Absolutely
good movie.
love that movie.
Rob Schneider.
One of the best. It is one of the best superhero movies, in my opinion. Well, I don't know if I call it superhero movie. Comic book movies.
Is it better than Barbed Wire?
I can't say I've actually seen Barbed Wire.
Is it better than The Mask?
Yes. I like the Max just fine, though.
Just wait. The one line I quote so once in a while from that.
From what, The Mask?
Yeah. The bad guy says it. Just wait.
The guy that played the bad guy, he's a creepy dude. Like, even in real life, I think he got in some trouble for something. I don't know. Since it's Jeremy, can I just make something up? Since that's what I do, anyways.
That he look? Are you gonna say he looks like a pedophile?
No, I was gonna say, he does though. I was gonna say he's in prison for murder right now. But
Oh yeah, he totally looks like he did. He definitely looks like he did a crime.
I'm
He's
sure
probably
he
like
did.
a good. He's probably like a part-time youth pastor at a church.
Yeah.
I don't know why people think I murdered people.
More likely that he's like the head of a cult. He has got a creepy look to him that just. It's those weird eyelashes. He's got like. I don't know.
Who's the guy from Cobra? The bad guy from Cobra.
Oh, that dude is badass.
But
I
he
can't
is a-
remember his name right now.
He also has that voice.
Okay,
Sounds
you
macho.
guys are clearly talking about the Sylvester Stallone movie.
No, the
Yeah.
G.I. Joe spinoff. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm like, who are you talking about? Dr. Mindbender?
There's nothing creepy about Dr. Mindbender. He's a totally normal, bald-headed, weird, monocled guy that has like leather strap-ons and is
And he wears a cape, but he doesn't wear a shirt.
yeah. looks like he hung out a lot with Freddie Mercury. Imagine, his bio card said he used to be a dental hygienist. You imagine that guy walking in, no shirt.
Was he?
Yeah, he was a dentist that went mad. It was funny, and years ago, my one buddy, he lives in Arizona. Him and I are GI Joe collectors, big GI Joe nerds, and he's got a ton. And when his daughter was young, she used to sneak into his toy room, and he had a box of extra Joes that he'd let her play with. And she'd play house with them, and it was like she'd bring in her Dora the Explorer doll, little figure, and that would be the daughter, and Dr. Mindbender would be the dad, and then like the Baroness
Just
was
your
the
normal
mom.
family. Yeah,
Yeah.
typical family.
He's explaining this to me, and I'm like, why, Dr. Mindbender? Why are you letting her play with that? That's almost like creepy.
If she brings some weird dude home, it's going to be his fault.
Yeah. Yeah, she'd play in the Terrordrome. That was the house. You know,
Funny.
if you remember what the Terrordrome, that big Cobra base.
Yep.
Looks like a big toilet.
Do you remember the Hot Comics? I think it was the one in White Bear when they had a location there. They had the U.S. flag.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and they had it was out of the box and it was just spread across a table or two.
Just because they weren't trying to sell it?
Oh, they were trying to sell it.
How much?
I don't remember. I had no interest in it though.
Make an awesome coffee table.
It would.
I always wanted it, but as I've gotten older, I don't know where I'd put it.
You hang it from the ceiling.
You leave your car parked outside and use one of the stalls for.
I think Becky'd be okay with that.
You'd be surprised what she'd be okay with. Every so often, I talk about, I should probably sell some stuff, get rid of some of my GI Joes or whatever, and she's the one that fights me on it. She's like, no, you find something else. I'm like, why? And she's like, I don't want you complaining that you got rid of something you loved, Maybe she just secretly thinks they're worth something and she's hoping to cash in someday.
All the toys I had, I sold to Cedar Cliff Collectibles.
I sold my Star Wars toys to him. It's like one of my biggest regrets in life.
Steve.
But
because he's a douche.
Who bought mine was Jason.
Yep, he was mine too. And Jason walked in there. He's like, "Cool collection, man." I'm like, "Yep, it sure is."
He ripped my ass off.
Yep,
I got like $32 for like 32 action figures.
That's what
boxes.
That's what I did.
Oh no.
And that was bad. I don't know. I just had all these toys, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I'm about to move in with my then girlfriend at the time, now wife. So it's like, I get some money for these. And it wasn't her suggestion or anything. I was just, I don't know. I wanted the money too, so ended up not getting much money. I think it was like $32, and I got an issue of some comic book. I don't remember what it was. One of the stupid like Uncanny Avengers issue 1 or something dumb like that.
Judge Dredd.
That's what Steve does, man.
Thought about going over there and selling stuff, but I'd like to make some money. I mean, it's just like if you have the time, a lot of it's just time.
Oh, I regret not opening up a bunch of those figures. Like, I wasn't gonna get any money anyways. I should have just, I don't know. It would have been nice to. I like the feel of a figure. You know what I'm saying?
So these weren't like the 1970s and 80s Star Wars. These were the other ones.
No, this was probably pretty lame stuff. What I have a Todd McFarlane Savage Dragon. Had some. Do you remember the Fantastic Four cartoon in the 90s?
Yep.
Yeah.
I had some of those tall figures, like 12-inch? Were they 10-inch? 10 or 12-inch.
Oh, the plastic ones. Those were like, I think
The
those are
Toy
like,
Biz.
yeah, those
Yeah, Toy
were,
Biz, yeah.
God, I want to say those were 10 inches.
I think you're right. I think they were 10-inch. I was collecting those, and
Because you could get those at KB Toys for like $10.
yeah.
I got a Scarlet Spider standing version 1 of those standing by my art desk over there. I can't reach him though because he's kind of nestled in.
Nice. I only have I've got a Vision. That was my only one that I got.
I think I have like Magneto and Rogue and Venom, Carnage. Oh, I've got Carnage.
I remember those tall ones were my jam. Those 10-inch. I had like the Wolverine and shoot, I think a Sabretooth. And I don't know, a bunch of them. They were fun.
Space Wolverine.
I don't think he's even kidding about that.
No,
they made one.
Yeah.
I have a small version of it. Got it at one of the last cons. The guy was selling them for like $1 a figure or something. So I like grabbed a Space Wolverine and Strong Guy and Cannonball.
Did you see the new Marvel Legends that are coming out?
Which ones?
Oh, like 90s Daredevil with the armor.
Oh,
It's the retro Spider-Man wave.
looks like the cartoon version. The animated series,
or just it's the packaging is the animated series, but the figures are, like you got Gwen Stacy and classic Green Goblin and Kingpin and Mary Jane, and there's classic Moon Knight that's all white.
Cool.
Yeah. War Machine, Age of Apocalypse.
Are they actually supposed to? So that's the Spider-Man is the Apocalypse one's part of that too, or is that?
No, it's one of the ones they announced or they've got photos of, and it looks like they're going to be building. They're going to be doing a 2-scale Sentinel.
Oh,
yeah.
I have the old Marvel Legends Sentinel from probably like 15 years ago now or something.
That thing's ugly.
It works really well with the 3 3/4 inch.
Oh yeah,
X-Men's. Because I kind of thought that would have been cool to get. So Becky was like, she got me all the pieces, to build that for Christmas. In fact, Spider-Man, I got him crawling a wall up there. That's back when they had the weird ball joint in their legs.
come a long way with toys.
Yet I still like to go and buy the vintage crap I used to have when I was a kid. Like, I prefer the old Star Wars that from the 70s and 80s. Somebody backing up.
Nope, not me.
It's probably our microwave or something.
So I don't mean to put you guys on the spot, but do you guys do any? You guys have done any freelance work?
Not recently.
Well, you were working on your Indiegogo.
Yeah, we're gonna try doing something later on with that.
I've done some Zenescope stuff, some Upper Deck. Other than that, like some indie stuff.
Indie stuff, like anything I would have heard of.
Some covers for Hardly Thin. Probably haven't heard of that, but
No, is that a comic?
Yeah, it's a spoof comic. Based
Oh,
on
Harley Quinn.
Harley Thin.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn.
Okay.
I've worked on the spoof so much I don't even remember the original when it's based off of it. Yeah, I like these Tombow brushes, but I think I have a tendency to kill one in a sitting. I get a bunch of them for cheap on Amazon, though, so that's a good thing. Yeah, Dredd used to be my jam for sure. I remember in like the late 90s, I was all about I wasn't reading any Marvel or DC. It was all about indie stuff or just anything that wasn't them.
It wasn't the mainstream.
They weren't producing anything good in the late 90s that, well,
Bullshit,
I can't say
they
that.
weren't.
I wasn't reading. Yeah, I can't say that. But for me, art-wise, I didn't like anything, and I'd only buy books for the art.
So what ones are you saying bullshit to, Jeremy? What ones would you have recommended to him?
Anything
in the
from
late 90s,
anything Marvel from the late 90s was awesome.
I just did not like the artwork.
Are you talking like Humberto Ramos style?
Yeah, like
McGuinness?
Joe Madureira was good, but then he left, and then you had like just clones of him that weren't as good for like ever. Even some of those artists, I end up liking their stuff later on, like Carlos Pacheco. I think his stuff's awesome now, but I mean his style changed over the years. So he got better basically, but I just had a hard time finding a good comic, based on the art.
Mm-hmm.
I think Travis started doing his run at Wildcats around then, so that was something that stuck out, but that's not Marvel or DC, at least not at the time.
I think I was pretty much late 90s. I was pretty much mostly all things Image. I did collect, like Spider-Man and X-Men for a while, even Iron Man, but I got kind of burnt out on that. Major Bummer. Did you guys collect Major Bummer?
Yes. Of course.
So that was late 90s?
Yep. 97?
Yeah. Well, that's when I met Doug. Like, oh, I know a famous person. I can collect his comics. To me, he was famous.
I first had heard of Tom Nguyen because he was on Care 11. You guys,
Oh, yeah?
I know Jeremy had to have seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah, it's awesome. They did a little spot with him.
Top draws. Superheroes.
Yep.
I didn't live here at the time when I met Doug. I'd lived here before. I'd left in like 92. But then I came back in 97 just for a visit, and Pat and I decided to go to Wizard World and stuff. And he's like, "Oh, you got to meet this dude." The Pat worked at this place called Pulp Fiction in Forest Lake, which was like a comic book shop / coffee shop. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But Doug would go and hang out there, just chill. So I got introduced, and then I got my work critiqued, and then I went into the other room and sobbed quietly.
Yeah. I remember going to see Jim Lee when he went to the Source.
Oh, yeah.
And I brought my samples.
I remember there was a kid that was working on his samples right there at the store. Something to show Jim Lee. And he was in line ahead, and I don't really see him go up, but I see him coming back out, and he's just sobbing. And I was just thinking, man, you don't do a portfolio at last second. I mean, even I know that. And expect like something amazing.
For the record, I didn't really go sobbing, but it was
I didn't think so.
It was a very necessary step, like a humbling step, because I lived in Alaska at the time, and nobody in any circles that I knew of did what I did. So you get kind of a little bit of an ego. You get, I'm the
there's
cock
no
of the
one to
walk.
compare yourself to,
I'm a badass artist, and then you meet someone like Doug who he just looks at and is like, tells me, "Look at
Crap."
this." No, he didn't use crap. He used a more colorful word. He's like, "Look at this. You can do better than this." Like, next time I see you, I want to see better. I was like, "Okay, yes, sir." Same thing with Jim Lee. He was at that Wizard World, and I was all excited as my character that I developed from high school happened to be named Void. And that's what the samples I showed. And Jim Lee looks at me and he's like, Void, huh? I should sue you. I was like, go ahead. You get nothing. I'm a nobody. He was working on Divine Right at that time.
How'd that work out?
Divine Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just found those issues the other day. I'm like, this wasn't as exciting as all that.
That was back in his J. Scott Campbell days. There's a while where you could tell he's just very influenced by J. Scott Campbell stuff.
Trying to be cool like the kids.
Yeah.
He'd draw like these chicks with really big eyes. Sort of a manga type.
Sure. When was the last time Scott Campbell drew a book?
Did he do one that was called Wildsiders?
He did. I think that was the last time.
That's the one where he had like Halle Berry in it and
Yeah, Jack Black.
Jack Black.
And
Seth Green? Is that his name?
Was he in
Robot
it?
Chicken guy. Yeah, I think so.
Wasn't very good.
They only did one issue, I think. I say they, I mean him. I'm sure
Yeah.
everyone else would have been down
I
to
think
do it.
I think he did a 0 issue and then a number 1 issue.
I remember being into the Cliffhanger books
Oh yeah.
when he did Danger Girl. Yeah, speaking of like Wildstorm Studio stuff. This is my favorite part, just adding details. I mean, I'm stuck with the structure, whatever it is. So
I am the law. Can't remember if he ever actually said that in the books.
I think he did.
Well, if he didn't, he needs to.
I'm definitely yeah, that's from the books.
The one carryover from the movie if they never did it.
This is so much better than having it on my phone like I did the last time. I think I could just, see what you guys are doing at the same time. I don't have to look up at anything. I can just see it on my computer. So what are your guys' influences?
You know who I really like is Brian Boland, who was an artist on Dredd.
Okay.
I'd say he's one of my later influences. And Frazetta.
You take a lot of like your design stuff from that? Just little parceled out pieces here and there, or?
Like Boland, I think when I was learning how to do like, what do you call this, feathering or cross-hatching, that kind of thing, I was looking at his stuff a lot. He has a very simple, straightforward way of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's kind of easy to learn from when it comes to that. I also like he has a lot of reality. And but early ones are like, McFarlane, Jim Lee.
Sure.
Jack Kirby is an influence of mine too. I love the early Fantastic Four stuff. Those are great books.
Sure.
How about you, Jeremy?
Just a mix of everybody too. Like I was a McFarlane guy. Ramita Jr., Tim Sale, a couple like Craig. Probably gonna botch his name. Craig Rousseau. Rousseau.
Okay.
He did that Per Happenauts book.
It's like I'm looking at your design for Dredd. You know who Mark Bodie is?
No.
He's kind of got a similar style to yours. He was, I think, a graffiti artist, and he also did some comic stuff. He did some stuff for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the late '80s, early '90s. Just very a very gritty, independent style like that. That's what yours kind of reminds me of.
Who was it?
Mark Bodie, I think his name is. Does like the Cheech Wizard character, I think that's his. You're looking him up. See if I'm insulting you. Like, I don't look like that.
Get out of here.
Screw you.
Oh yeah, the Cheech Wizard. Do.
Meanwhile, he's watching the stream.
He's like, that guy doesn't look like me.
He's the one person watching.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, don't take it as an insult. I like Mark Bodie's stuff, so.
You hear that, Mark?
I forgot which con it was I was at. Somebody compared my art to somebody I just did not like. And I think they were just saying stuff just to try and sound cool.
Yeah. Oh
And-
my god. I hate those people.
It's like, oh yeah, you saw, yeah. I think it was one of those guys that was like, "Hey, your art reminds me of such and such. You'd be great for a project I'm working on, like Spawn, but he's more like Wolverine, and there's a hot chick, and there's aliens." I don't get that so much anymore, but man.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Thousands just get approached by these dudes, and then half the time they're wearing like a bowling shirt, and they have a look, or they look like a bargain basement Kevin Smith. I'm sorry I interrupted you. What were you saying?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Nothing good, I'm sure. I keep forgetting to show the camera where I'm drawing. I'm not a huge fan where I cut off his foot, but I like to break the rules too, To hell with it.
But the law.
Yeah.
Alright, everybody be good. Becky's in the room. She might hear you.
Best behavior.
Don't let her know we're here.
No girls allowed.
Hang on a second. All right, I'm going to step out for a minute. She has a question. She needs my input on something. I'll be back shortly.
Okay.
Jeremy, did you wrap up? Is that?
Did I what?
Are you done?
I'm done. Are you done?
Adding details.
So you're basically done.
Basically, I was maybe gonna add some blood splatter in the bottom and just adding little details,
Yeah, we'll wait till
sharpening it up a bit.
he comes back before we end this.
So we need that loser Matt now that he's not here.
Yeah. Matt can go to hell.
Screw him.
He can go to hell and he can die.
Screw guys.
So Dan's just wrapping up doing details. I'm done. How about you, Matt? Where are you sitting?
Oh, I just started inking, but you guys could cut it at any time you want.
All right, we'll give you. We'll see your inks for a little bit, and then we'll wrap it up.
I wasn't going to ink it, but I was like, we'll see how far I can get.
I should have took a picture while I was laying this thing out. Since I don't work in blue, I lose my underdrawing all the time. I had some spots where it's going to be like he's getting shot at.
No. You guys ever work digital?
Nope.
Yeah,
Hate it.
Like,
I do sometimes. But
like a tablet or a
I got a Wacom
Wacom tablet?
Whack-a-mole.
Are you boys
That's
out
what
there
it feels like
whacking?
sometimes. It feels like whack-a-mole at times.
We've got one of those. I don't like it, but I'm trying to save up to get a tablet because I need to speed up my page output process. I don't like the tablet, the big tablet we got, Wacom. You got it years ago. We did some sketch cards for Family Guy,
That's cool.
and yeah, it paid really well. So we had money to we're gonna buy a new computer, and then we decided to get a tablet. And I'd seen most people use the blind ones that are just like a little mouse pad they draw on. They have to coordinate with what's on the screen. But I was watching.
Yeah, that's like, what's the point?
I was watching. Is it that motorcycle show, American Choppers? One where the father and son always yell at each other. And he's like, "Oh, let's go, see if our artist can render something." And he's had this big computer screen he was drawing on, and I was just fascinated. So I did some research and found out how expensive they were. Used some of our money for that.
Yeah, I'd like the tablet a lot more if I could do some more like I was talking about feathering and whatnot. Like I can't pull that stuff off very well. Anybody want to watch me splatter this thing? See how bad I screwed up? Definitely made a mess already.
Let's see here. Let's watch.
This is always dangerous.
Sick.
That's cool.
Does it work? I don't know.
Sure. I've never done that before. I'm not that
They
coordinated.
destroyed this toothbrush, so
What are you going to brush your teeth with in the morning?
I know. Yeah.
It's my wife's toothbrush. It doesn't matter.
Well, that was fun. It's always dangerous when I do it, though. I've botched stuff, and now I got a mess.
Matt, are you gonna post a picture? Are you gonna post that when you on your social media when you get done?
Yeah, I might.
All right. Yeah, you should totally do that. Because I'm gonna wrap this up.
Cool.
Okie dokie.
It's been fun.
It has.
Except for the child in the background's not having
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
He's upset.
I guess I'll go make sure he's happy now.
Give him the
All
Judge
right.
Dredd drawing. That'll do it. All right. Well,
Thanks
till
again.
next time. Cool. Catch you guys later.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye, y'all.